Welcome to the bright side of 50. Welcome to the bright side of 50. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome to another episode of the bright side of 50 with Carla Palmer. Y'all, yesterday was my birthday. Well, actually, today is my birthday. But once this uploads and you get it tomorrow, Monday, because we drop episodes every Monday, tomorrow will be the day after my birthday. So technically, it's still my birthday. I've got about 37 minutes left of this birthday. And I just got to say, it was absolutely amazing. So here's the thing. This is just a hello episode because I had so much Carla time, friend time, thinking time, processing time, celebrating me time that I didn't get a chance to record a full episode for this Monday. However, a friend of mine said to me, why don't you just do a different kind of episode and say, it's my birthday or it was my birthday. I just want to let you guys know and tell them how you feel about your birthday. And I was like, oh, that's simple. I don't have to totally ignore my people. I don't want to totally ignore y'all. And I thought that was the best advice. Listen, have some friends in your corner who gonna tell you some alternatives before you just say, oh, I'm not going to do that. And you've been consistent. Have those friends that kind of nudge you a little bit and say, you know what? You should still sign on. You should say hello. You should tell everyone it was your birthday. You should tell everyone how old you turned. So I turned 53. Funny thing is, I've been saying I'm 53 for the last couple months. Does anybody else do that? When your birthday is coming, you just go on and start saying how old you are. I don't know when I started doing that foolishness. I'll call it foolishness, but I don't know when I started doing that. But I've been doing it for a couple of years. Because I know the past couple of times that I've said my age before my birthday, I was saying I was 53. I'm not one of those people who doesn't like to tell my age. I never really understood that. I mean, I guess like back in the day when there was a lot of ageism and women just felt like they would be discriminated against. And don't get me wrong, I know it still happens, but probably less now than it did. So that could be it. And I know that people who are in the industry don't like to tell their age because ageism is a really big thing in the industry, television, film, music industry. So I understand that. But regular people like just, oh, I don't want to tell my age. Don't ask a woman her age. Like, I mean, can we get past that, guys? And it doesn't even matter if you look good for your age, whatever that means, or you, oh my gosh, you don't look 50, you don't look 53, you don't look 60. I mean, what does that even really look like at this point? People age differently. Some people may not look 50 in the face, but if you look at their hands might look like a grandma's hands. Some people might look young in the face and not have a really fit body. Their body seems to be a little bit older physically, the way that it's looking. So I don't really, I try not to, I used to, but I try not to subscribe to trying to look really young for my age. I'm 53. Yes, I have heard from people now and then who say, oh, you don't look like you're in your 50s. And then some people, you tell them your age and they just kind of go, oh, okay, cool. Right. So once we stop looking for the shock, I think I got to an age finally where people aren't doing that the way that they were doing it when I first turned 50 or when I was in my late 40s. You got the, what? No way. You got all that. So they've kind of stopped doing that at this point, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And the thing is, I feel like it's a little bit of a relief because I'm no longer expecting it the way that I had learned to expect that in my 40s, even in my 30s. Oh my gosh, you're what? 30 what? I learned to wait for that. when I would say the number, like how old I was. But as I've gotten older, you hear that less and less. Your body changes. You've got some wrinkles. You've got that. As much as I try to straighten up my back, I still feel like I have that little. My ex-boyfriend used to call it a vulture. He's so crazy. But that little kind of hump in your back. I don't know if it's osteoporosis, and don't get me to saying words that I don't really know what they mean. But anyway, bone something is happening and I thought I had good posture, but I see that my shoulders are starting to curl inward, and I'm really trying to, stay straightened up. Like, oop, I need to sit up right now. But anyway, I turned 53. I feel really good. I know that there are some things that I need to get in order. And I go back and forth with this wine and alcohol thing. But I do know that that's something that I really need to get a hold of, because I'm not an alcoholic, but it's definitely impacting my weight. It's impacting my ability to be better when it comes to fitness. I don't know if I'll be the beast that I once was, but it has impacted my movement and my energy and the strength that I used to bring to my workouts. I know that some of it is just a natural progression of aging, but then there's a part of it that is my diet. And a part of my diet, of course, it's what I'm drinking. And so I had stopped kind of drinking wine so much, and then I went back to it. And this month, leading up to my birthday, and of course on my birthday, and then, yesterday, I got together with some friends and had some wine then too. It's a lot. And I felt it on my hike today. So let me get myself in order there. The holidays are coming up. And so I want to go into the holidays. We're kind of already there. Halloween's first, right? So I want to go into the holidays having more of a grasp on how I am minding the things that are going into my mouth, my portions, the type of food that I eat, what I'm drinking, how much water, how much coffee, how much alcohol, if any. And I'm sure I'm going to wean off of it. I'm not going to do it all cold turkey, but just being more mindful, because even those things, the wine, the hard alcohol, the sugar, those things will age you. We're not, like I said, we're not trying to, you don't look your age. We're not trying to get that, but we are trying to look our best. We're all individuals. We all age differently, but we're trying to look our best as far as our own physical makeup. We're trying to look our best at every age. And sometimes there are things that we can control, and then there are things that we can't control, but we can certainly be more mindful of what is going on our fork, on our spoons, and into our mouths, and in our cups, our glasses, what we're drinking. So we can be more mindful of that. So anyway, I got this birthday card from a friend, and I wanted to share it with you because it just pretty much sums up a really nice wish for me. May you have dreams in your heart, friends by your side, joy in your life, and happiness all day long. How amazing is that? Okay, let's break this down. May you have dreams in your heart. I got some dreams in my heart, and I have taken those dreams that are in my heart and I've put them onto a vision board. And of course, vision boards are what you desire, but I want what's in God's plan for me. And sometimes we don't know what that is, and we pray for clarity there. But until I get full clarity, I feel like I know a little bit of my purpose. And I feel like there are some things that I would love to have that I've put on my vision board. And if it is in God's plan for me, I hope that those dreams that were in my heart that I've put into my vision board and into my journal and my affirmations, I hope that they come to fruition. I do. Friends by your side. My goodness, let me tell you, my friends are absolutely amazing. And I think that a lot of people think, oh my gosh, I've got the best friends ever. No friends top my friends. And, that's fine. But I've got some pretty darn good friends. And let me tell you something. One of my friends said to me last night, he said, someone told him about, your circle of friends. People will say, and I'm not trying to quote what he told me, but he heard this from someone else. People were talking about, your circle of friends. Oh, my circle. I love my circle of friends. I love my circle of friends too. But he said, what's even better is having friends who have your back. Sometimes there are people in your circle who are in your circle for a reason because they want something or they want that proximity to you, that knowing that that's going to benefit them. And that's fine. I mean, I'm sure we've all done that at one point or another in our lives. But then you have those friends who are there because they love you, they care about you, they want you to be well, they want you to do well, and they want to celebrate you and they want to have your back when it's time to have your back. And when I think about my friends, I am telling you, I can think of at least 30 friends who would have my back if they needed to. Now, close friends who I keep close to my heart and, around me all the time, that's different, right? Those are like sisters and brothers. But I can tell you, I've got about 30 people. Okay, so let's just say 20. Okay, maybe 30 is a lot. But I've got about 20 people, between 20 and 30, who would have my back and I would have theirs if it came down to it. Okay, absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel very, very grateful to be able to say that, because I know a lot of people can't say that. And, when you gather with your friends or they celebrate you, it brings tears to my eyes to think that people really care about me that much. Because, we tired, y'all. We are tired. We are always going places. Work be wearing us out. Events that we have to do for our businesses or for work or for, networking, those things that we have to do. By the time we get through doing the things that we have to do, because it's for our livelihood, sometimes we don't even want to do the things that we'd like to do, right? And when people want to celebrate you, regardless of how physically they're feeling and how mentally tired and exhausted they may be, that brings joy and tears to my eyes, because man, it feels amazing to be loved and cared about. And my hope is that those of you who are listening have that too. Everybody should have that. Everybody should have at least one friend that they know they can count on. That friend will be there through thick and thin. They've got their back. They're present. They may not be able to talk every 5 minutes, but they're there for you. My prayer and hope is that those of you who are listening, you at least have one friend who is that friend. The other part of this card says joy in your life. I mean, we've talked about joy before. It is one of the 9 fruit of the Spirit, but joy, right? And that's that thing that's ever present, regardless of the situation. You might be in a place that's not so great, but you can tap into your joy reservoir because you know that God is by your side. You know that God is there to comfort you. You know that all your strength comes from God. You know that you have strong faith, and you know that everything is going to be okay. And knowing that allows you to tap into that joy reservoir that is going to keep you excited about life. Keep you excited about life. You may not be happy in that very moment, but you have joy. And so I love that it says joy in your life. And then it says happiness all day long. Man, don't I wish? I wish I could be happy all day long. But you know what? That would probably be pretty boring too. So I think we need to be shaken up a little bit because it makes you appreciate the happy moments, right? Like imagine being happy all day, every day, no problems, no worries, no nothing. Like that would be pretty boring. Because I think when you have some problems or challenges and you have a little bit of worry, which we shouldn't, but we do because we're human. And sometimes you have faith and you still worry. And they say, if you're going to worry, then you really shouldn't talk about faith because that's not the same. That's not helpful. But anyway, what I'm saying is that happiness all day long would be great. but we build endurance and grit and tenacity when we face challenges and we have to problem solve. You know what I'm saying? Or we have to work through some things and get through some uncomfortable situations. That makes us appreciate the happy moments when we do have them. So I just love this card and I wanted to share it with you. And I felt like you would really enjoy hearing it too. So let me say it one more time. May you have dreams in your heart, friends by your side, joy in your life, and happiness all day long. And that is my wish. Even though this is a birthday wish from a friend to me, I am sharing this birthday wish with you. And although it is my birthday, you are listening to this episode, and I'm celebrating another trip around the sun, 53 years on this beautiful earth and surrounded by beautiful people. And like I did this solo hike today that I do annually on my birthday. So I was in a beautiful nature hike and just super grateful for my life and where I am in life and all the things that the Lord has blessed me with, and looking forward to more abundance and my ability to be more kind and generous to other people, because that is what I love to do. And I'm just grateful. So I'm sharing this birthday wish that somebody gave to me. I'm sharing it with you. And I wish the same for you starting today. Like I said, this wasn't a planned episode, but I'm so glad that my friend pushed me to do it. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the, people who listen to this podcast. Sometimes I get a little down because I don't have a ton of people tuning in, but one of these days, it'll grow and start to really flourish, and people will be talking about Carla's Bright Side of 50, the Bright Side of 50 with Carla Palmer. It's such a great podcast. She's so relatable. She talks about things that I can relate to because I'm in midlife too, just like Carla. You want to get there. I also want to know what you guys want to hear about. I am not an expert. Like people keep saying, talk about menopause, talk about menopause. I think it's enough people talking about menopause, honestly. And I do bring it up. I do mention it. But y'all, we're going to menopause ourselves into depression, okay? We're going to menopause ourselves out. Yes, we are going through menopause, many of us. Perimenopause, menopause. We're going through it, but it doesn't have to be the thing that we complain about and talk about and excuse different things that are happening with our bodies around menopause. Sometimes it ain't menopause. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. And I feel like there are a lot of us who are using menopause as a crutch, and we're not going to the doctor to get our labs and to really see what's going on, or we're not exercising or walking or lifting weights or putting the right things into our bodies, or we're putting the wrong things in, and it's causing a reaction that has to do with menopause, but is something that we might be able to look into and better control. So I say all of that to say I'm not going to talk about menopause every episode. I had a guest on who talked about menopause a while ago. And, like I said, occasionally I'll bring it up, especially if it relates to another topic that I'm talking about. But we're not going to belabor this menopause thing. And I don't want to be the expert in it. I do want to understand it a little bit more. And, I listen to people as well, but I won't be the menopause expert for you guys. Sorry. But what else? What else do you guys want to hear? What else do you guys want to talk about? I have talked about relationships, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But I will usually come from the place of being single, because that is where I am. And honestly, I'm comfortable here right now. And, working through my own stuff on why I might feel so comfortable or think I'm so comfortable being single and just doing life solo as far as a man is concerned. Sometimes we think, this is where I want to be. This is the greatest, blah, 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 blah. But when you dig a little deeper, or you go and get some professional counseling, you start to talk about things, and you may find that that's not truly fully the case. So I don't know. right now I feel amazing. I feel like single is definitely not what people are calling it, dark and lonely and need to go get some cats. Like, nah, baby, my single life don't look like that. So I talk from a place of, where I am personally, and then people who, can relate, or maybe they don't relate, or maybe they don't agree. And that's fine. And we have a conversation in the chat or the comment section, and that's fine too. Again, as long as it's respectful, that makes the world go round. That makes it fun, right? So anyway, I'm not going to keep you long. I still have to download this and upload this to YouTube and Spotify and Apple, and get a little bit of copy on there so that you guys can get this in the morning. So I gotta go because it is 11:45 and your girl likes to get in bed by 10:30. So I'm late. So I will see you on the next episode of The Bright Side of 50 with Carla Palmer. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.